It's deja vu with the Super League being back and first versus second going into the Christmas weekend. This is Foot and Mouth. Welcome back to Foot in Mouth. Quick turnaround from the last episode. Ethan, how you been?
I've been just hot.
Just very hot, yeah. The studio is always quite a hot box on these hot ass days in the Cape. But look, back to football, not the weather. Super League's back.
Yeah, I'm okay
Super
with the
League
Super
is
League. They
back.
announced they're going to make some changes. It's not exactly the same as people thought it was going to be. There actually is relegation. There actually is promotion. So there actually is potential for basically any team to be there. I don't have an issue with it, to be honest. I like the idea of being able to see games around the world. I like the idea of being able to, the possibility to see big games in my country. I think as a fan, it's tough. You obviously you do want to see more soccer, but it will lead to the thing where teams will have, it'll basically be like NFL franchises. They'll have like 40-man squads.
They're Americanizing it.
Yeah, one team will go play here today, another team will go play there tomorrow. So the big teams will basically buy off the small teams and have like 3-4 squads in one.
Which is sucky,
That is
in
sucky.
my opinion.
Mhm.
But yeah, let me ask you, do you think that you are in the minority with regards
about
to your
wanting
opinion
the
on
Super
the
League.
Super League? Yeah, because I'm very against it. I haven't liked it from day one. Anything with Perez's name attached to it.
Yeah, but
you
you
can miss
haven't
me with that.
you haven't seen the rule changes, have you?
I don't care. It's like I said, Perez is the one that's at the helm of all of this stuff. This is just a way for. I've seen so much talk about how this is just a way that Barcelona and Real Madrid found a way to get rich and convince everybody else that it's good for them as well.
It kind of is that, but
It's
it
literally-
also could be a little bit of both. It could be both. It
Nah,
could be
I
Madrid
don't-
getting rich and more soccer.
Possibly. I disapprove. And the only thing that's been the sweetener on top of that is all of these clubs coming out left, right, and center to publicly dismiss the notion of participating in any Super League.
Yeah,
United and
I
Arsenal.
completely.
United were on the first, eh?
They were one of the first. I do understand that if the choice is one or the other, Champions League or Super League, most teams are going to go Champions League because of history, whatnot.
Yeah.
But if they could do both, and the UEFA board weren't at such a beef with the Super League board, then that'd be cool. But if it is one or the other, everyone's going to choose Champions League. Why the
Of
fuck
course,
wouldn't you?
bro. It's history. That's football heritage right there. This Super League is just a money making. It feels like a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, it does
It's
feel
in
like
some way. Like, but yeah, I for one am very happy seeing all of these clubs coming out to say no.
Again, though, most people haven't looked at the rule changes. It's actually not what you think it is. There is, like I said, there is relegation. There's 60 teams.
Fair enough. But again, the relegation
teams
is you're
are
getting
able-
relegated to different like color zones.
There's the colors.
Like some child came up with this breakdown. What's it? Blue, orange, and something. I don't know what.
The Champions League is Group A, B, C, bro. It's not
Yeah,
that much.
but again, that's stock standard. That's just human nature, bro. Like,
So colours are human
this,
nature.
This Super League thing, but I'm just like, again, the only thing better than seeing it get deaded so fast the first time around was seeing it get deaded the second time around. And there are some clubs that are on board. Obviously, Real Madrid and Barcelona. But quite surprising.
Juventus.
I'm not gonna lie that Chelsea said no. PSG as well. But
Bayern Munich also said no.
Bayern
I think the
Munich as well.
whole of the Bundesliga said no.
yeah, look, it kind of goes completely against what the Bundesliga stands for. You know what I mean?
Bundes.
So let us know what you guys think about the Super League. If you think it's a good idea,
I don't mind it.
whether there's rule changes
if
or
it is
not.
how they say it's going to work, and there's
Look,
relegation and
even
there's
if it's-
promotion, and
if-
teams can work their way into it.
If it happens, then I'll probably watch.
Because
Don't get
again,
me wrong.
I would love to see a game of like United versus Barcelona, and it would actually mean something. You know,
Yeah.
not just a friendly in Cape Town.
Look, I'd watch it. They did say that the games would be free. to stream,
that's cool, dude.
which is cool.
Other fucking te-
and,
other-
and that's the thing. I know that there's a lot of talks where people are saying that is a big pro, but Perez is the inherent con that no one wants to back. So look, whatever happens from here, they've got the ruling, so it's legal. They can legally push this competition, and maybe we'll see them try and change club owners' minds, bruh, in the coming weeks, in the coming months. Speaking of the Champions League, though, there've already been reports that they're going to abandon the proposed structure change to the competition from next week.
Good.
There's talk that they're going to stick with the group stages. If anything, I'm like, maybe add more teams if you want. You know what
Yeah,
I
you
mean?
can
Bring
add
in
more
more teams, add an extra group, an extra 2 groups or something, open it up a little bit more. But nobody wanted that new structure, bro, of just that one solid league of Europe. Like, it's cool on paper. It's just, it doesn't play out interestingly. You know what I mean? It gets so boring. It gets so lackluster, the idea of it. But again, it's just rumors, it's just reports right now. So that may not happen. Maybe next season, maybe they give it one season and then make a decision from there. But I'm at least happy to know that it's in the air, that they may do away with it. 'Cause it's very weird that they make decisions like this that like kind of no one has asked for. And I think this is why no one is against the idea of a Super League. I don't think anybody is against the idea of someone who is going to compete with UEFA. It's just the people that are involved in this Super League that is making everyone go that sketchy. So maybe it's not the Super League that ends up picking off or kicking off. Sorry,
I'm
anytime
gonna
soon,
be
but
honest though. Every major like corp is headed by some sketchy.
100%.
Let's look at the World Cup. Let's look at
100%.
UEFA. Like every single one of them, this would not be any different.
It's 100%. I just think like with Perez's character, he's someone that has divided so much opinion for so many years. You know, that there's racist allegations against him. There's, like you're saying, you know, any type of organization that's at the level of UEFA or Real Madrid for that matter alone, you're gonna have allegations.
That whole Sepp Blatter World Cup thing where he was basically just taking money. Like every
you're
corp
gonna
is
have
doing this
allegations.
shit, dude.
You're definitely gonna have allegations. Like I said, I think this just comes from this is just an idea that is from a man that even footballers detest, bro. Like Real Madrid football players cannot stand this man, or at least could not stand this man for the longest time. So if your own players aren't trusting what you do, how am I going to trust you with my enterprise? You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure some owners will have their heads turned. Someone has to be the first. I would not be surprised. There's going to be some biggish club that
No, look, if it is the choice of one or the other, you can't do both. Everyone's gonna go UEFA. That's no chance.
they're gonna have to offer the slots to like people like Villa, Brighton. You know what I mean? Like maybe go
and
to
even
the Europa League or
even
the
they would
Conference
try and
League.
get to, yeah.
But yeah, look, interesting stuff. In other news, something a little bit more light-hearted. Luis Suarez and Messi are set for a reunion into Miami.
Yeah,
Into
this
Miami
is
announced
pretty
the
much
signing.
written in the stars as soon as Messi went there.
Yeah, and pretty cool. I'm all for it. I think Suarez is another. Obviously, he's hella old now, and he's not the Suarez of old. But when you are in the MLS,
Yeah, this is the Burger King League.
when you are in the MLS, man, anything is possible. So yeah, look, they are probably going to be well on the list for this Super League recruitment from Perez then, because could you imagine that, bro? You got Messi in there now. This is a good way for Saudi leagues to get into a European elite competition.
That's the thing.
Elite
I would like to
competition.
see the Saudi teams. I would like to see Al Nassr should play Champions League teams.
Yeah, I mean they're building the squads for it now. But yeah, just a big money making what if right now as things stand. But getting back to Premier League football, we've tallied up, as Ethan had said, our predictions that we've been making over the past few weeks. We're going back 3 weeks.
Before we give the score, just go to last week's games and just say who predicted what quickly. We didn't do match week 17, right?
We didn't do match week 7.
So this is
So we
2
didn't
weeks
do the
ago.
weekend with the Man United versus Liverpool game.
So
But
this
the
is-
last batch of predictions that we did was since Liverpool Palace, we both said a Liverpool win. Am I giving each of the results for those games?
Yeah, just give it.
We gave a
who won.
Liverpool win, Brighton versus Burnley. We both, I said a Brighton win, Ethan said a draw.
Who won?
United, for that game.
Yeah.
I didn't see the result. I didn't write down. We
There
just
you
took
go.
the points down. United versus Bournemouth. We both said United.
I mean, fuck.
Brentford versus Sheffield. We both said Brentford. This was a terrible week of predictions.
Yeah, this was
Sure. Wolves versus Forest. We both said Wolves win. Arsenal versus Villa. We both said. Well, I said Arsenal. Ethan said Villa. So you got that right. We were wrong about Chelsea, Everton. We were wrong about Fulham, West Ham. We were wrong about City, Luton. We were just right. And then Newcastle, Spurs. We were both right about as well.
So our predictions aren't that great.
Yeah. That week was terrible. But
Yeah.
overall, what's the tally at?
Let me just give a quick look. The tally is that I know I'm gonna spoil it. I'm winning. It's 11-15 to me. So we've gone back. I think like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
We just haven't done the episodes, but we've gone back 3 weeks.
So it was just this last game week that we didn't do predictions for. But now we are starting anew.
I am in the lead though. I've got a solid 4-point lead. There's a lot of tough games this week, and also we've skipped the Crystal Palace Brighton game just because that happened last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life comes as you fast, as you say, every week. We didn't record in time, but
Yeah,
getting into this weekend, and I'm going to
getting
start
into tonight.
getting into tonight. The next game in the Premier League weekend, we've got Aston Villa at home to Sheffield United.
I don't think Sheffield beat Aston Villa's good home form.
This is a pretty quick prediction.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Aston Villa 3, maybe 4-0.
Oh, we putting scores in it,
Yeah,
bro?
this is cool. I'm gonna go maybe 4-0.
I guess a game like that, you could again more easily put a score on it. I would actually go 3-0. I'm gonna go 3-0.
3-0.
I'm gonna go 3-0. Yeah, but definitely a Villa win. City versus Brentford at home at the Etihad.
City have been in such a slog, eh?
Hold up, this game does say
Oh, yeah,
postponed. But I don't know if it's just the time.
No,
or if
City
it's-
don't have a game this week, remember?
It is a dead week.
So we're going to
It
skip
is a
that.
dead week. Okay, West Ham United at home. This is at West Ham Stadium.
Look, West Ham looked very poor against Liverpool now in the Carabao Cup when they lost like 5-1 or
Liverpool
some
at
shit.
Anfield.
Yeah, I know.
United have been slapped up
But
worse at Anfield by Liverpool.
Yeah, but not the last game.
Fair enough. Just saying.
I think defensively Liverpool looks poor. Areola, don't like him.
So you think West Ham?
No, I think United win this. It's just a question of how much. I think United maybe get a 2-0.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe get a 2-0.
I've actually gone with the West Ham win, yeah.
You going with the West Ham?
I'm going
win?
West Ham. I think Lucas Paqueta and Kudus. I think that game against Liverpool, you can write off any Liverpool loss at Anfield. You can just write that off. Pay it no mind.
No, I know, but they haven't been doing that well in the league, to be honest, either.
West Ham.
Yeah.
They did well against Spurs. They did well last time out.
They beat they in their last game they beat Wolves, but then
3-0.
in the game before that they lost to Fulham 5-0. They
Yeah,
were
but
they were
again,
one of the Fulham 5.
That's true. That's true. I just think between the two, you look at the inadequacies of either club, and I think Man United's currently outweigh West Ham's. And again, all the pressure will be on United. It's at West Ham's home.
Yeah,
I think this. I've been wrong more than you so far.
here's my thing though. We looked very good. To get a draw against Liverpool is huge.
And
we
all odds were against you.
all odds were against us. We went there looking for a draw, and we actually got a draw. So I think if United play to their game plan, and if we lose this, that Liverpool game meant nothing.
Yeah.
So I think because of that, we have to do something in this game.
Aight.
We can't look decent against
You
Liverpool.
should do something in this
Exactly.
game.
So
You should absolutely do something.
I'm gonna go with United 2-0.
No, bro. I don't know. I think I'm starting to be less fearful of a United upset than I used to be.
Here's what I'm gonna say. We do have to play two holding midfielders. We can't go with the classic because in the Liverpool game we didn't have Bruno. So our mid was basically
Bruno's back for this game.
He's
though,
back. Yeah. Our midfield is basically McTominay, Kobe Mainu, and Amrabat.
Yeah.
So
Shout out Mainu.
Nah, shout out. So Amrabat and Kobe Mainu were basically the double pivot that held everything together. I think if we go in here tomorrow and we have Bruno, McTominay, and then one defensive midfielder, I think it falls apart. I think we have to play two defensive midfielders.
Yeah.
The thing is though, Ten Hag's not gonna want to play Bruno because he loves Bruno.
Yep.
He's also not gonna want to play McTominay because McTominay's been scoring.
Yeah.
So I think he will end up going with one defensive midfielder.
Amrabat.
Maybe Amrabat, and that honestly could fuck us. That
This
could stuff
is a
us.
big game. I can't lie. It's obviously David Moyes, former Manchester United manager, so there's something in it for him.
We could
Yeah, man.
look. I think that Ten Hag 100% is gonna be the deciding factor in this. Depending on what formation he goes with, depending on who he plays, that's gonna be the deciding factor.
Yeah.
If I were him, I wouldn't change the team at all from the Liverpool team.
That's
Play
a
the
fair
play the exact
assessment.
same team. Maybe put Rashford in because I would. Garnacho didn't do much against Liverpool. Put Rashford in. But yeah, I wouldn't change the team at all.
Fair assessment, bro. I'm sticking to it. I'm gonna stick to a West Ham win against all odds. Next game we can talk about is Tottenham hosting Everton. This was a tricky one for you to call. I think it's a Spurs win. I think Spurs look very much back.
Everton are like 4 games undefeated.
Everton are 4 games undefeated, but in those 4 games they didn't play Spurs. So
Yeah, but
I think Everton have momentum and maybe they won't be embarrassed. But I think this is a Spurs win, bro.
yeah. Look, no, I've gone with the Spurs win as well. But
I'm gonna say
don't.
2-1. You
I-
say 2-1 Spurs.
That's fair. I don't think count out Everton though. They're not.
I'm not counting them out. I think they'll get a goal. And I'd be happy to see them get a draw or a win for that matter. But as things stand, I think Spurs just they starting to find their groove again, yo. I think they through that bad patch, and I think Richarlison's in a purple patch. And
Yeah, he
as
is,
long
eh?
as he's feeling himself, bruh.
As long as Son and Kulusevski are there to help him.
Yep.
I'm going Spurs as well. I'll go 2-1 as well.
2-1. Nottingham Forest home to Bournemouth. I've gone with the Bournemouth win. Nottingham Forest obviously a new manager in charge. Nuno is
Yeah.
back in the league. I don't know what he can do with this Forest
You
team.
don't think there's any manager bounce?
I think they could be, but I don't think Bournemouth is the team to have it against right now. They're so in form.
Yeah, they are in.
And going
they
up
are in
against a
very
team
good
like
form.
Forest is pretty much a team that's similar quality. You know what I mean? As things stand, stats-wise, Bournemouth is a better team. So it's a good fixture for Bournemouth. I don't think it's a good time for Forest to face them. I'll probably go 3-1 Forest, bro.
You've been Bournemouth.
3-1 Bournemouth.
You just changed your mind on this. Actually, Forest.
Psych. 3-1 Bournemouth. Yeah, look, obviously, unfortunately, the circumstances that Bournemouth last game got abandoned, but their players are kind of rested. If you
Yeah,
think about
they've
it.
got 30 minutes less football than
30
everyone
minutes
else.
less could make a difference, but it could have been 30 minutes and someone could have picked up an injury or something, you know what I mean? So either way, 30 minutes less. Yeah, I can't look past Bournemouth for this game, bro. Has to be said.
I can't either, to be honest. Bournemouth, even away, they've been really good. Their form's been good. They beat United. Then they went on to draw with Luton in that 60
They
minute.
did, bro. They did.
But yeah, and I think before that they beat some other team 2-0 as well. So yeah, I'm gonna go Bournemouth 2. Hopefully Solanke can do something.
Tavernier, come on.
I'm gonna go Bournemouth 2-0.
2-0?
2-0.
I've gone 3-1. Fulham hosting Burnley. Cannot look past Fulham.
No.
For me, this is probably going to be another 5-0, 5-1 slapper for Fulham.
But what I guess Jimenez is suspended, right? Because of the red card he got against.
I suppose. Okay, so maybe not 5-0, but I'm going to say at least 3-0 Fulham.
Yeah.
At least. I mean, Jay Rodriguez.
Here's the thing: Burnley they can.
They've been finding goals.
They've been finding some goals, and Fulham did get smashed 3-0 by a very tired Newcastle.
That is true.
Oh, this is tough.
I'm still going Fulham, and I'm still going clean sheet. I'm going 3-0 Fulham.
Yeah, you know what? I'm actually gonna go Fulham as well. I'll go 2-0 Fulham.
2-0 Fulham?
I'll go 2-1 Fulham.
Modest.
Yeah.
Very modest. Luton at home to Newcastle. Newcastle all the way. I love supporting Luton, especially at Kenilworth Road. Newcastle are vicious, bro. And I know that they are dealing with injuries of their own, but I think even their second string squad is enough to take out Luton home or away, bro.
I'm going to draw.
Luton always coming. You've gone draw.
I've gone draw.
I think this is another 3-1, bro. 3-1 Newcastle.
Oh, look, Arsenal. I mean, maybe get Arsenal for some reason.
Arsenal 4-3
at Luton's home.
So
Yeah, no,
that's
exactly.
not bad.
And before,
Liverpool also.
and before that, Man City like 3-2.
Yeah. So I'm not against it. I just think, again, I
Luton-
think games like that cook you, bro. And I think that they're going to start feeling very leggy right about
Here's
now.
the thing, though. If we're talking leggy, we're talking Newcastle.
Also,
They've
they-
looked tired
but
for the last 3 games
Luton's
they've
probably
played.
going to be without their captain.
Locklear?
Yeah. I mean, I doubt he starts after the last game.
No, definitely not.
And
don't
I
think
think
that-
your captain's a big miss, bro. If your captain's gone,
Sure, but at least now you can sub in someone with a good heart who can play with a nice pure heart.
damn.
Who can play a full 90 minutes.
What's your prediction here?
Luton at home.
Kenilworth
They
Road, bro.
make any game tough, and I think Newcastle right now are feeling the effects
So
of
you
all
think
these
there's
games.
a bit of a upset?
Trippier fucked up in the Carabao Cup to get them kicked out of that. He also fucked up in the Premier League game before that. I think Trippier looks dead tired. I think Anthony Gordon looks dead tired. There's a lot of players at Newcastle that literally just look dead on their feet. I'm gonna go with the draw. I'm gonna go with the 1-1 draw.
1-1? Aight, bro. Aight. Before we get into the big one, Wolves at home to Chelsea. Where are you going with this?
This one actually was very tough as well, eh?
Wolves, again, as soon as I start to back them, they start to disappoint, though.
Yeah.
3-0 lost to West Ham last time out, bro.
With that being said, I'm going with Chelsea win.
They did score an offside goal. I think it was offside.
Yes, they did.
Sarabia's goal.
Sarabia, yeah.
And I like the form that Cunha has been in. That Korean guy has just signed an extension with Wolves, so confidence will be there, even though they lost 3-0 out last time to West Ham. But yeah, I think
It's hard to look past Chelsea in this.
are kind of looking.
They just beat Sheffield United
Proper.
2-0. Nkunku's back in the team.
Nkunku's back in the team. Never mind that, but Cole Palmer and Raheem Sterling can coexist, and I
Dude.
think that is the best thing that's happened to Pochettino's team
Insane.
since he's taken over.
But you see, Reece James is out now for another like 4 or 5 months. Eh?
What's funny is when I got excited about his return, the first thing you said to me is just a matter of time before he's out again. And I did not want to believe you, but damn.
Yeah, he
bro.
played literally, I think, like two games.
Why? And then he got a suspension for one of those
He got a
games.
suspension. Yeah, no. Honestly, Chelsea may have to cut their losses with this dude.
It's quite sad.
It is very sad.
It's so hard to cut the losses with someone who quite essentially is and should be the poster boy of your club.
yeah, he's the captain when he
That's
plays.
them. That's like Arsenal cutting ties with Saka because of an injury problem. You cannot do it. You got to stick it out. He's gone for surgery now. Hopefully this
But
is
you're
going to
gonna
put all of
do
it to bed.
what Arsenal did with Ramsey, where you just keep him there for years and years.
To be fair, without Ramsey being there for years and years and years, there's at least 3 FA Cups we don't win.
Yeah, sure.
Because he literally became the king of Wembley, bro. You know what I mean? So I think they have to stick it out with Reece. Like I said, he's gone for this surgery now. Hopefully this is the one. I mean, Arsenal did something similar with Smith Rowe. I'm pretty sure it's different injuries, but he went for a surgery that they tried to avoid. Finally had to do it. And since he's gotten that injury, he's been available, which is more than he could
hasn't
say
played
before.
consistently though.
Yeah, but he's been available.
yeah, but
because before he wasn't
might,
even.
But he might crumble as soon as he gets played.
Possibly,
Exactly
look,
like
he's-
Reece
he's-
James.
He's made 2 cameos in the last 2-3 games, and he's come on and he's looked decent. He's looked threatening. one thing I'm happy for is the fact that, like I said, he's fit enough to make the bench every week.
Mm.
Before, he wasn't even without playing, the man was just getting injured in training.
Unfortunately, though, you do have to be fit enough to play, not just be on the bench.
Yes, and that's why I'm happy that he's fit enough to make cameos now. So he's coming on, he's looking good. It's looking like that surgery has made some difference, because the Smith Rowe of old would have made a 10-minute cameo and then been absent for the next 4 months. Do you know what I mean?
The thing is, with Reece James, I think Malo Gusto takes his place.
Yeah, they're not going to miss much on
They
that
have another
side.
young right back coming up. My only issue is when he comes back, he's been replaced.
Unless he does well enough, bro. I don't think Poch is someone that plays favorites like that, regardless of how Todd Bowley feels.
But I'm sure he's someone who plays form.
For sure.
And if Malo Gusto's doing really well, and you've got an injury-prone guy coming out of the...
You keep Gusto.
You keep Gusto.
You keep Gusto, bro. You keep Gusto. So we're both going Chelsea win there.
Yeah,
I think.
Chelsea
Yeah,
win.
I'll go Chelsea win. I'll say 2-1 Chelsea.
Yeah, I'm going to go 3-1.
2-1 Chelsea. You want 3-1?
Yeah, 3-1.
Right, and then look on to the big one.
This is the big one.
The big one. First versus second in the league. Liverpool hosting Arsenal at Anfield. We've got a terrible record there, but I think that there's a time for change, and the time for change could be now. I so badly want to back the boys, and I honestly think we can win. I think looking at the two teams, Liverpool have been looking good on and off. Arsenal have been looking good. I want to say on and off, but more consistently on.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more.
And like that's the thing. If you look at the two, I don't think Liverpool have been stunning people, week in and week out. I think they've also been grinding out wins just as much as the next guy.
The stunning part is, though, their home form.
Their home form is the stunning part.
I think they're 8 or 9 games unbeaten.
Yeah, it's not as stunning as Aston Villa's home form, but again, Aston Villa got a result against Liverpool at Villa Park. Aston Villa got a result against Arsenal at Villa Park. So the third place team has shown that they can do it.
And Arsenal isn't going to do what United did and come in playing for
No, we have to go in and play for the win.
They're going to go for the win.
We absolutely have to, because this is a 6-pointer. This game is a 6-pointer.
And that honestly scares me, because Liverpool at home are so ruthless.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Where I take confidence is in the midfield, which feels weird to say going up against a Liverpool team at Anfield. But when you look at Liverpool's midfield, I'm not scared.
Yeah.
And if Thomas Partey is fit now, I don't think he's going to start this game at all. It's far too soon. But Odegaard, Rice, Havertz in midfield, I take over a Szoboszlai, Harvey Elliott.
Gakpo.
No, I'm talking about the central.
Yeah, it'll be Szoboszlai, Gakpo,
and what, Elliott?
No, Gravenberg. Or Endo, or McAllister.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't know. I think the Liverpool one's better, to be honest.
I think you're insane.
I think Gakpo's better than Havertz. I think Szoboszlai.
I think Gakpo, you can say. I think saying Gakpo is better than Havertz, numbers don't lie, brother. We can do the math right now, and Havertz probably mops the floor with Gakpo with his current
in the last 2 games, sure.
But my thing is, Gakpo is not a central midfielder. Regardless of how good he is there, he's not going to be any better than someone that plays centrally. Havertz has
he
always
plays
played
about
centrally.
as centrally as Havertz does.
No, Havertz is a cam or a central
Or a
midfielder
winger.
who can play out wide. Gakpo is a wide player who can move centrally.
I think on paper, I do think Liverpool have the better mid. Obviously, Havertz's form right now is very good.
So if we're going like for like now, you're taking Gravenberg over Rice.
No, I'm not.
You're taking
Szoboszlai
over Odegaard.
Maybe. I'm thinking about that one. Just if, like we said, we're talking form and shit. Szoboszlai, he literally scored a fucking clanger now.
I don't
day
care about
as well.
scoring one clanger. What has he been doing this whole season? Odegaard went to sleep for a few games. Yeah, we still won those games. And now, again, he's found
I think Szoboszlai has been an argument for signing of the season.
I think he definitely still is in with a shout for sure. He definitely still is.
So it's not like he's done nothing.
I don't think. Yeah, again, I don't think he's done nothing. I just think if you're looking at the two players, bro. I guess I haven't seen those mixed 11s. I haven't seen combined 11s without Odegaard. I guess that's why I'm surprised.
No, look at his stuff. I probably would go Odegaard, but I don't think it's as far as you think. And I definitely would go Gakpo over Havertz.
Damn. I think the definite Gakpo over Havertz thing for me is the biggest surprise. But it's just me being very iffy about wide players moving centrally out of necessity. And then I don't care how good they look.
Technically, Havertz is a wide player.
No, but again, Havertz isn't a wide player. He's a central player that shifted wide at Chelsea for necessity. At Arsenal, he's being able to play more centrally, which is his natural position. And that's why I'm like, I guess I feel more leaning towards the logical side of things. It just doesn't sit right with me seeing a. That's why even with Trossard, I don't like Trossard in the number 8 role. It doesn't make any sense to me. I hate the idea of it. It may work, but it's just never going to sit right with me. But I guess, yeah, look, Gakpo in central midfield, that's interesting. I didn't even know that that's what Liverpool were doing, in all honesty. So that's going to be interesting. I still think that we have the upper hand in midfield, bro. I can't lie. I think Liverpool's fullbacks are going to be tricky for us.
Yeah, that is tricky. Definitely.
What helps, though, is that it's Trent versus Martinelli, and we've seen Martinelli make Trent pull a hamstring before. So that's going to be a duel that we always like to see on the pitch. On the other side, you've obviously got Robertson against Saka, which is tailor-made. Robertson's so good defensively.
Isn't Robertson still injured? It's Tsimikas.
Is it Tsimikas? I saw Robertson included in people's combined 11, so I don't know if that was just based on who's available.
Robertson's still injured. Tsimikas has played the last 4 games.
Tsimikas has looked good. I'll give him that.
Yeah, his form actually has been decent.
Looked good, but I think Saka should be too much for him. I mean, Saka should have been too much for Milner, and he didn't really do as much damage at Brighton as I expected and hoped, but he did look good at Brighton. I mean, that Brighton game, I can't stress enough how good we looked. So based off of that, bro, I think Arsenal at their best this season has looked better than Liverpool at their best. The Anfield factor is a factor.
8 games unbeaten.
But at the same time, look, the United game, there was all this talk of the Anfield, how down the atmosphere was that side. And I mean, the Arsenal atmosphere against Brighton, yes, it was the Emirates. But
you could, to a certain extent, say the atmosphere was a little bit down because they were overconfident, though.
Possibly.
I don't think they're going to be as confident against Arsenal.
I think this fixture, more than ever, I think we are going to see the crowd be much more important than they've been in fixtures like this before. Last season, the crowd was a turning point for Arsenal, Liverpool. After Arteta and Klopp had a bit of a stir up on the touchline. Fans got behind Liverpool and they walked over us after that in the second half. And it looks like it's a tried and tested thing. You know what I mean? If Liverpool are in a rut, the crowd get going and the players respond. So if Arsenal's fans can show up, bro, and we've made away days sound like home games. If we can do that and replicate what happened in at least the first half at Anfield last season, I think we're in with a shout, bro. I'm not going to get ahead of myself. I'd love to say Arsenal win, but I'm going to draw. I can't lie.
That is fair. That is fair. It's just both teams are so attacking. They're both going to look for the win. No team is going to want to sit back in this shit.
Yeah, Liverpool have the better goalkeeper. That
for
much
sure.
is for
yeah,
damn
for sure. And honestly, I think that's all it comes down to, eh?
I'm still going to draw, bro. I think our fullbacks, our back line has looked impeccable for the most part this season. Declan Rice is untouchable. We keep talking about Szoboszlai for signing of the season. I think everybody forgets that Declan Rice only signed this season. He looks like a dude that's been there for years. Look, he only signed this season. The dude that's dropping 8 or 7 out of 10s every single week. That man should be into the shout for signing of the season. I'm just saying.
For sure. But if I were to give a signing, I'd go Vicario. It's hard to look. He's single-handedly kept Spurs in it.
I guess, bro.
He's the best goalkeeper in the Premier League. You think the best goalkeeper in the Premier League who was just signed isn't the signing of the season?
It's not that. I just think that the £105 million player who's living up to the price tag could be the signing of the season I think a
105 price tag makes your bar higher. I think playing well and being 105 mil just means you average because you live up to it.
I think 105 mil makes it even harder to live up to it. I mean, that's why it was such a talking point. Remember, Declan Rice, to my knowledge, is the first player that's cost that much money and you aren't speaking about the price tag months. Like the Jack Grealish's price tag was being discussed a season after he joined City because what has he done to prove that value? Declan Rice, there's no question about it. This man was signed for that money to win games, and win games we have done because of him. If you're looking at what you want out of a signing, by all means, Vicario has been sensational for the most part. But Spurs haven't been nearly. You can't dominate from your goal. That's not how football works. I think your goalkeeper winning the Golden Glove and stuff.
But I wouldn't say Arsenal have dominated anyone.
Declan Rice has dominated midfields week in, week out.
I think Brighton was the first game where I was like, they were able to kill it. 2-0, they killed it.
No, we've killed the game up front, but we always control the midfield since Declan Rice has been there. And it's because of Declan Rice. We are literally not missing Thomas Partey, which I think is the biggest compliment you can give anybody. This is Thomas Partey, the same Thomas Partey who was being touted as the best holding midfield in the league last season for the most part.
This is also Thomas Partey, the touted.
No, we're not going to get into that. We're not going to get into that. Okay, sticking back to the game at hand. I feel you though. Vicario should be in with a shout.
I think he's signing of the season. I think he's more than made up his price tag. More than made up.
Of course.
I think Declan Rice has just made up his price tag. Not more than made up.
Maybe. To each their own. I think at 105.
Who's your signing of the season?
Yeah, I think at 105 more. I think somehow Declan Rice is proving to exceed my expectations for that value. But yeah, look, I think it's a draw. I think this is going to be a big draw for Arsenal, a big point. And Villa may very well go top at Christmas with that point.
That's kind of insane.
That is insane. That is insane. And we said that Villa are playing Sheffield United.
That's a done deal.
So they're going to be top of the table by the time this game kicks off.
Yeah, that's guaranteed.
What have you got? What's your result?
I go in Liverpool. I'll probably go Liverpool.
Yeah, I'm going 2-2.
I'm gonna go 2-1. 2-1 Liverpool. Yeah.
I guess I could live with that, but this just feels like the time for Arsenal to turn things around, man. That record at Anfield is terrible.
The thing is, though, with Liverpool's good run, we saw Villa beat Arsenal in their good form as well.
But again, Arsenal at least dominated the game. We were wasteful with our chances. That's it. If we aren't wasteful at Anfield, we shouldn't have a problem. We shouldn't have a problem. Just take your chances. Whoever takes your chances,
it's that easy. Just take your chances.
That's football.
Just kick the ball in a net.
In a nutshell, bro. In a nutshell. Listen, thank you guys for watching the show. Obviously, the next time we come to you, Christmas will have come and gone. So Merry Christmas to you and yours. Stay safe, stay blessed. Ethan, all you want for Christmas is a Manchester United win against West Ham.
Yeah, that's all I want. Literally, that's all I want.
And then,
maybe
we probably won't do a full episode for the next, because we got Boxing Day fixtures, bro. So we are going to be very busy. Obviously, everyone's spending time with family. But just on our teams, the Boxing Day fixture, speaking of Villa, Man United at home at Old Trafford against Villa. Does it depend on the West Ham result, or can you give
it depends on the West Ham.
Depends on the West Ham, but going into it, how do you feel?
It's winnable. I'll say that much. It's winnable.
At Old Trafford?
Yeah.
Aston Villa.
Villa's away record's kind of shit.
So you're leaning towards United as things stand?
That's possible.
And then we've also got Arsenal versus West Ham that Boxing Day, which is going to be big as well. London derby.
West Ham just have a fucking shit handful of games. Huh?
It's at the Emirates as well. I can't look past Arsenal for that. And then I think those are the biggest games that weekend, really, bro. I mean,
look, we'll touch on it if we find the time. For now,
if we find the time.
That's
but for
all
now,
you gotta know.
Thank you guys for watching the show, and we'll catch you in the next one.